Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a few Pokemon and actually using them so you can get a better understanding as to which ones you should probably be investing in so you can make the most out of the golden bottle cap, because it is going to allow you to bring hypothetically a 0 IV to a 100 or whatever the case may be for the Pokemon that you do pick here, okay? So when it comes down to Necrozma Dawnwings and Necrozma Duskmane, let's talk about that. So what you're going to want to do as far as investing your bottle cap is concerned with that one is you're going to want to put it into your Necrozma. I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be allowed to increase the IVs as they stand, but if I had to take a guess, if you did try to use the golden bottle cap on a Necrozma Dawnwings or Duskmane without separating them, the IVs are going to probably just increase for the Necrozma, because that is where the IVs are going to be stemming from, okay? These are going to be one of the top Pokemon that you want to prioritize, maybe if you haven't found a good one at this point. Or if you don't have anybody on your friends list who is lucky that you can trade a Necrozma with, so you can simply just get a lucky one and maybe just get a better IV and not have to use your $20 bottle cap on this thing. But that's definitely going to be up there. I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just throwing out suggestions here as we take a look at some battles. So Necrozma Dawnwings and Duskmane, absolutely on the top tier for you to invest in. Next up, I want to talk about something that's very difficult for most people to get, and this is obvious since the beginning of its release, and that is going to be Zygarde, okay? So you simply don't have to, you don't have to make it the perfect form to invest in it. You can invest in whatever form that you currently have, and those IVs obviously will stick when you do evolve it. The problem is getting the cells on the roots. I have done 2 routes in 2 days, okay? I don't know why, because I'm going to a place where there's a route and I just decided, well, I might as well get in a few extra steps. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a couple of cells just to prepare for the shiny in the future. Now, both of these times that I did do the route, I was not able to get any cells. Not one popped up. Not 1 through 3. You have a chance to get 1 through 3 cells per time whenever you do a route. And you can get a total of 3 per day, which is stupidly ridiculous. I had gotten none. So there is that, and then you also have to invest in the rare candies. So you got to think about all of these different variables when it comes down to Zygarde. But when you do make it, you're going to be on top of the world if you have a 100% IV maxed out Zygarde. I invested my rare candies in it, and I'm not happier. I couldn't be happier, okay? Definitely worth your time and investment when it comes to that. You also have to think about, we're going to get another one in the future that's going to be shiny, and the thing is all white. It looks phenomenal. So you may, if you have a lot of patience, well, actually, technically, well, let's bring it back to this. You can't save the damn bottle cap, so you're going to have to make a decision within a few days. So the bottle cap itself is going to expire on July 6th, and then you're going to have 360, you're going to have 100, you're going to have 1 year, I was going to say 100 years. You're going to have 1 year to complete the trading after that. So yeah, you can't save it. So make your choice wisely. And next up, we do have this one right here, Reshiram. I know this isn't something insane. I personally love my Reshiram, and the thing is just an absolute beast. So when it does come down to this one as well, you're going to have to fuse it with Kyurem, and Kyurem is going to be the one that transfers the IVs as well. So you have another situation here when it comes to Kyurem Black and White, where I'm not 100% sure, as they haven't given us the details. But if you were to use the golden bottle cap on Kyurem Black or White, I would assume it is going to be increasing the Necrozma. If you separated them, obviously they're not going to both be 100. Could this be a glitch? Well, since I'm talking about it now, I highly doubt it. And I highly doubt it was going to be one to begin with. I know that was horrible. I went down with all that energy. But that's another one to consider. That's going to be Kyurem Black and White, another top tier Pokemon that we've been giving that can form change to become just the strongest thing in the game, right? One of the strongest things in the game. The thing is an absolute monster. Now, here's another dilemma. If you're thinking about this, if you're sitting on, I don't know, a Kyurem White or a Kyurem Black, and it's like 2 points away, they quit. I don't know, that's why they were just still there. They're like 2 points away from being a Shundo or a 100, whatever the case may be. Maybe you just need to increase 2 points, 3 points, 1 point, 4 points. Is it worth using the golden bottle cap at that point? Well, if you're a perfectionist, I guess you could go ahead and make that plunge, but you got to really think about it. Is it worth Here's the thing, okay? When it comes down to Master League, you're gonna probably need the best production IVs possible, okay? Not probably, you do, okay? That's just simply helping you out the best. When it comes to Master League, you want a 100% IV. When it comes to rating, you don't necessarily need a top tier 100% IV. You need a top tier, but not completely maxed out. You have to understand what the IVs are. The IVs are an extra added bonus on top of their stats already. So your Pokemon at a 0 IV is already going to be having the stats that it has to begin with. The IVs are just giving it an extra bit of oomph for you to be more powerful, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and throw in the Zygarde here and see what we have going on. But I just want to, give you a little bit of food for thought here. Do you really want to use your bottle cap on something that just needs to be increased a couple of points? You're going to be able to show it off on social media. And if that is your whole goal and shtick, to go ahead and just, make a Shundo perfect something and then show it off on social media, you do what you got to do. That's a lot of wasted money though, okay? If you like attention, fine, fair enough. I'm not going to, dog on you for that. But for the ones who are actually trying to make a wise investment, it's probably going to be best to hold off on those ones that just need a couple of points for when we do get the silver bottle cap. Hasn't been announced. Do not know when it's going to come out. Don't know when it's going to work. But I have a feeling when we do get the silver bottle cap, that you're going to probably be able to increase it by like 1 point or 2 points. Some people are even theorizing that you're going to be able to negative your points, which I highly doubt that. I'm not on board with that, but hey, a theory is a theory, so I'm just letting you know. Personally, not mine, but hey, I don't think we're going to be able to negative our IVs anytime soon. But when it comes to the silver bottle cap, you're probably going to want to wait for those Shundos that are just a couple of points off, okay? You're going to want to maximize the golden bottle cap for the Pokemon that are, say, like a 12, 10, 14, 12, or 10, 9, 8, or whatever, or even worse, okay? And maybe you've had it for a while, I don't know, whatever the case may be, but that's the ones you're going to want to be investing in, not these like ones that need a couple of points. I know I was thinking, I want to make a Shundo Kyurem white, right? It's going to be crazy cool, but now I'm reevaluating everything, and that's not going to be the best route to go down, right? Definitely Zygarde, Kyurem black, Kyurem white with lesser IVs are going to be your wiser investments. Now, another thing that you probably do not want to use your golden bottle caps on are going to be common Pokemon. Common pseudo-legendary Pokemon, okay? We're talking like Metagross, things like that, right? Maybe Dragonite or other things that are not necessarily a legendary, but they're definitely amazing Pokemon as they are standing alone, okay? And the reason why you don't want to probably invest in those is because they're simply common, right? You can trade a whole bunch of them to potentially get a 100% IV already right out the gate. As far as legendaries, you're going to only be able to do 2 a day, or even some cases 1 a day, depending upon the bonuses for the season. So there are exceptions, like maybe you have a shiny one of these pseudo legendaries that you want to invest. Shiny Metagross, okay? You've been dreaming about having a Shundo. You're going to prepare yourself for the Mega Evolution. By all means, be my guest. You do what you got to do. I'm just throwing out some suggestions here for you so you can make the correct decisions and give you my thought process so you understand, okay, well, there's other people thinking like this. Maybe I had this thought in my mind. Okay, I'm thinking about it a little bit more. Maybe I should go down that route. Next up is going to be, of course, Zacian and Zamazenta, crowned, okay? These things are going to be coming in super spicy, well, they're not spicy. It's just a phrase. I mean, we know spice means something extremely hard to use. They're going to be very, very amazing, okay? They're going to just shoot right to the top of the charts. They're already here, so they're already shot to the top of the charts. It's one of the best types in the game as far as steel type is concerned. So you may want to actually make that investment. So personally for me, I do have a horrible time finding a good Zacian 100%. I haven't found any. I haven't even found a decent one. I found okay. Got like 15, 13 or something like that. But what I'm going to invest in is my shiny Zacian. Well, one of the options, it's sitting at like a 14, like 13 12 or something low, something like that, which is justifiable to completely max it out, as it is going to be one of the top tier attackers, and it is shiny as well, so there is that extra bonus added to it. So we have that as well, so consider that. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much the rundown that I wanted to kind of give you all, just give you a little bit more things to think about when it comes to just throwing this bottle cap out there at something. But I have a pretty good idea that a lot of you already know what you're going to want to invest in, but when it's in your inventory, you're probably going to have a little bit of hesitation. So I just want to give you some clarification and a little bit of peace of mind as to what other people are thinking, or at least my thought process and how I'm going to be investing in this. But when it comes down to it, when it's in my inventory and I have it in my bag, what do I really want to use it on? Well, you have to think about what you like to do the most, okay? If you like to play Master League, okay, and that's not even necessarily like PvP. Oh, okay, that's PvP, but if you do a lot of Master League, and if you do a lot of raiding, and if you do a lot of max battles, then you're going to want to consider something that is good and rounded for all of those. When it comes to Zygarde, you're not going to be using this in max battles. You can't. You're not going to be using this in a rating. You can, but it's not a high attack Pokemon. This is a highly defensive, decent attack, well-rounded, absolute beast of a monster Zygarde that you're going to be using in Master League. So when it comes to making that investment, you're going to be specifically using it for the Master League, okay? But if you invest in, say, Duskmane Necrozma, Dawnwing's Necrozma, Kyurem Black, Kyurem White, all of those things, those are actually going to be absolute phenomenal performers in Master League. But not only that, they're also going to be performing well in raids. Now, those ones that I just mentioned cannot perform in max battles, but, you know, you can make your decision on that. Maybe you have a shiny Gigantamax Pokemon that you want to completely max out, like, I don't know, like a Machamp, Toxtricity, or some sort of a legendary that you got, right? But the choice is yours when it comes down to those. I feel like having those a few points off from completely being maxed out is perfectly fine. You want to make an investment in something that's kind of difficult to obtain, or at least rare to some degree, okay? Gigantamax Pokemon, they could be rare if you miss the opportunity, but they're still roaming around all over people's inventories for trading. So you have that option as well. You just kind of want to make the best decision, the most out of this, because it seems like the bottle caps are going to be coming around maybe twice a year, okay? We're going to get it right now, soon enough, in a couple of days. And then I think we'll get another one maybe like around Christmas, or maybe around the whole... what are we seeing, like around November now? We have a new deal. It's like the kind of Safari Zone type of thing, but it's worldwide. And they kind of made it a big deal last time with Toxtricity and its basic stage, and then they bring out the Gigantamax and the Dynamax for it as well. So you have those kind of events to consider as well, where you're going to probably be able to pick it up again. But as they're showing this time, $20. Is it going to maintain that $20 price value throughout the years or going forward after this? I can't tell you, but if I had to take a guess, I would say that we might see a slight price drop for the bottle cap, okay? Do I think they're going to just sell it outright? I don't think they'll ever just sell the bottle cap outright by itself. It is always most likely going to be bundled with an event and also other items plus perks, just so they can justify the big price point that they're throwing on it. Is it justified to pay that much for a bottle cap? No. Is it something that people who are highly invested in this game worth investing in and they're just going to make that plunge anyways? Yes, right? If we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on this game, $20 ain't shit. We're going to buy that. We're going to max out our thing. We're going to enjoy this new item that we've been hoping to get for a while. Granted, it is a bit pricey, but we're the dedicated people, and the people who are saying, I'm not going to buy it, are probably still going to freaking secretly buy it. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. I'm not saying all of you are, but that's just the way it goes. Oh, the people, I'm not buying a Switch 2. I'm not buying a Switch. This sucks. It's sold out, despite it being a piece of garbage. All right. I mean, it's a good piece of hardware, but the whole like key card thing. But anyways, it's not about the Switch 2. The point is, people say one thing and will do another as soon as the thing hits the streets. That's just the way it goes. People love to make a big fuss online, but when it comes down to brass tacks and the business at hand right in front of you, when you're looking at it, when you're holding it, when you can see it, people are going to get it, and that's just the way it goes. But anyways, with that said, you just make the correct decision. My final options, things that you can barely get. I mean, Galarian Birds are a great option if you have a shiny one of those. Again, Zygarde, Duskmane, Necrozma, Dawn Wings, Kyurem Black and White. And again, discussing which one is going to get the IV increase. If you have Duskmane, I don't know if it's gonna tell you to defuse them first, or if you can do it with them fused, or if they. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on here, because I definitely know they're not going to allow both of the Pokemon's IVs to increase. When you use the golden bottle cap on, say, a Duskmane, say you had like a, I don't know, 12, 13, 15, you maxed it out, you finished it all up, you finally separate them, and then it's going to be the Necrozma that is going to have 100% IV, while the other Pokemon that you fuse is not. Anyways, just wanted to give you some food for thought. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.